Cerberus. God, what a weirdo. That was
Gods, welcome back. We've been trying to find some way to keep things entertaining because it's been a slow laning phase. You have not missed a great deal while you were out defending us against the monsters.
Yeah, I thought... Oh.
Did you not get all of them?
I thought they were monsters. No, they were friendly. They,
okay.
They just brought the latest Monster Energy shipment for the bunker.
I see.
Got it. That's the monster.
They heard we're running low, so we're good to go now. We're stocked up once again.
Thanks, monster.
Yeah, they're different kind of monster.
Got it. Well, you got back just in time for first blood.
Yeah, look, the teams they were on board with it. They knew we needed like a 5-minute peace treaty, and they're ready to play now.
Okay, perfect. It's looking really, really even.
Yes. Although 5 minutes is about to drop, and no one is even near the bounty runes, kind of. I guess the top one might be contested.
That's a hasted Viper, though.
Oh, he's zooming.
Make a move. Get out of there, hide. This is my area.
All right, 4 bounty runes go the way of
That's
TNC,
cool.
actually.
Yeah, he zones them away and then invades.
Oh, but
They do give up the kill.
Worthwhile.
That's just vintage KP.
Yeah, getting 4 bounties is worth giving up a kill for. So
We have been seeing this Viper do like a good amount of damage to Makoto. Like this is pretty. Is he dead? He's taking 5.
Quite, but close.
Oh, he has to Fairy Fire for it.
Yeah, and that Viper was just about to hit level 6 too. Oh, he's hit level 6. So
Ooh.
is he gonna skill up his ultimate here?
He's thinking about it.
I would assume you do. It does cost a chunk of mana, but he's got the bottle. He's got plenty of mana to use.
It's interesting because like with how much harassment you're able to do,
Whoa.
Gabby just goes down.
Must have been an arrow.
Wow. Even still, they've been able to keep. Oh God.
God,
I haven't heard that line yet. I did. That just convinced me to play more Dire Tide.
I'm gonna go get Dire Tide. That's amazing.
Stun up onto Makoto. He's lingering in that Nether Toxin. Scream for dear life.
I can't believe that's in Dota.
It's a great.
So good.
I love it.
It is a game full of some horror creatures, so I guess it makes sense, but wow.
Arrow connects
Nice.
onto the void.
Sick.
He is dead, and he's going to have to walk a shame his way
Yeah.
back. And a TP is canceled by the Viper, who did end up skilling up his ultimate.
Look at this. Giant wave, catapult under tower.
Hyde heard us praising Q's Mirana. He's like, I can do better than that.
Yo,
Yo.
everybody just keeps
This-
coming back
this
to
tower
die.
is very, very dead.
Frost Shield is nice, but it's not nearly enough.
Jeez.
And that's just a lot of farm and XP missed out on at the tower there. That Void is going to be really suffering for that.
And that wasn't even like a DK Dragon Form rotation.
Nah.
That was just Mirana arrows after arrows.
I do always wonder at this point, like, is it worth it to keep going with FBZ? You know what I mean? Like, do you try and push a little bit for the tier 2? I always do, and then I die. But
For
you know,
mid lane
something.
Timbers, they can get away with it because they have such a heavy level advantage.
Yeah.
Side lane Timbers, not really.
I can dare to dream, but FBZ is probably just going to keep farming. And in spite of that, you know, it's still only like 800 gold between him and the Timbersaw on the Faceless Void.
Those bounty runes, luckily, balancing things out a little bit.
Right.
And meanwhile, Spectre's just jungling. She has all but abandoned the lane and letting Mars free farm, seeing as how all of her supports went up top. Mirana and Oracle are nowhere to be found, so Spectre's just keeping the safe farm.
Yeah, definitely feels like a trade-off where it's, hey, we took this tier 1 tower and caused a lot of problems with TNC, but Spectre has to go jungle, can't lane against the level 6 Mars with a potential rotation. And we'll see Mars pressuring the tier 1 tower a little bit here, with quite the same forte as Boom did in their push.
That doesn't even have a catapult.
Yeah, but
Scrub.
Viper's leaving, and DK is down to Dragon Form, I would think, if the mid lane is left unattended.
Yeah, it's just-
Yep. It's going to be support duty time to defend this one, but yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, DK's popped the ultimate. He's just going to chip away this tower and also chip away.
Oh,
Tail into
Snapfire.
arrow.
dang.
It's a brutal combo.
Somebody needs to defend. This is a mid tower. Yeah, okay. Mars TP's in. And cannot afford to give this up, let alone take heavy damage on it is bad enough in itself.
They do end up taking bottom tower by TNC as well, but
He's getting wrapped
in.
around on, yeah.
Oh, good positioning though. Like as soon as they see FBZ isn't there anymore, they recognize, okay, there's a chance here that they could be moving over. They'll back out.
It's still a little rough for TNC. Like they're rotating 2 cores and the support to the mid lane just to defend that tower. It is creating space for Gabby, but you don't feel like you're achieving much with these rotations. It's just all very reactive.
Yeah, because they can't push mid. They could just defend mid. That's it. Well, they smoke up.
Okay, that's a good way of using the time and the fact that you're grouped up together here. Because yeah, I think they want to try find somewhere to use this Mars ultimate.
God, if they get either of these heroes, this is great.
Yep.
Radiant are scanning.
Well, I don't think they're going to.
Scan does miss, but that
Timber?
just means that they're not on the mid lane.
Yeah. He's over here as well. They aren't underneath a ward, but Tim's is going to reveal himself there.
He is now, yeah.
Whoop.
Oh, got the courier.
Like, okay. Well, they don't manage to get the bounty rune. Moonlight Shadow, are they going to try and fight this? Yeah, they drop down a ward immediately behind it and spot out FBZ, finding themselves this Mars, and they aren't going to stick around for the full kill. KP, he goes down. That was good.
Yeah, minimal commitment. Didn't have to haunt. If they had to haunt, then I would have said that would have been fine, but she's still able to hold on to that ultimate.
It's like it's what, TNC with 4 bounties again?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean they're making some clever moves around the bounty rune timings, but it has been Boom who've made just better moves otherwise, taking that top tier 1 tower, making the rotation towards mid that forced a response.
Do you think some of that's just inherent with their draft, though? Like, I feel like Timbersaw is so hard to deal with at these early levels.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've got Timbersaw and you've got DK. They're heroes that force opponents to react, or if they don't react, they just lose towers, and losing a mid 2-1 tower at 10 minutes is not good.
Oh, another arrow. Didn't even need a tail setup.
They get it afterwards.
Yep. Very quick to retreat. Makoto didn't even want to get a cheeky right click on that tier 1 tower with his ulti. He will now with the backup, but definitely respecting the Mars arena.
I think the whole reason that Lich came there mid as another arrow.
They're getting wrapped on though. There's a smoked up void behind them, but
gotta be careful. Viper, lots of damage. Dreamless jumps into it too. They already take down one, but they're gonna lose the Dragon Knight forward, and Snapfire ultimate going to work. They pop the ulti to save for the moment as Mars starts to drop lower and lower, and Gabby trying to chase. They've managed to find one stun. Still holding on to that Chronosphere. It looks like Dreamless going to go down, and hits onto FBZ also. So a really good control there from TNC as they will lose 2 cores and possibly another. Chase down comes, but
Gabby's like, there's creeps, and then his teammate's like, guys, come on, we get hide. I don't think they know how many leap charges he had, and yeah, he still even got a 3rd one to go. So
Yeah, she's just wasting time.
yeah, that was actually the right call from Gabby to start hitting some creeps there, even though I think his teammates were a bit more gung-ho to go for kills.
Not sure why Boom stuck around after the DK got caught so far away from the Oracle that False Promise could not save him. False Promise level 1 is garbage range, and while he was well positioned to stay outside of the arena, he just couldn't make his way to the DK. And then after that, they just stuck around. They knew Chrono was available, but Boom was still like, yeah, we could probably take this fight.
I don't know if they saw him. I'm not sure if they saw him coming in, but they might have missed that. But regardless, yeah, Gabby. Oh.
Oh! Was he TPing to an outpost?
He's TPing
Because I felt like it was a little bit longer than 3 seconds, but maybe not.
Doesn't get it.
I just making sport out of wasting Gabby's time.
Gives them all.
Or Gabby making sport of wasting his leap charges.
There we go. Yeah.
I think you're probably a bit more accurate when it comes to a carry and a carry's time being used and a support's time being used.
True. Gabby is trying to get towards that KB. Oh no. Wait, he got away though?
Yep.
Nice. Gabby's on the case. He knows what's coming. Gets the farm, gets out of dodge.
Wow, yeah. It's like Spidey senses tingling.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby's definitely, I think, been the standout player for TNC this tournament.
Possibly even the standout carry player of this tournament, I think. I've yet to see like a subpar Gabby game.
And like he loses his tower at like 5 minutes, and he's now top 2, right?
Yeah.
Like, guy's just killing it.
Speaking of which, bounty runes might be coming up in 45 seconds.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Again, Lich is over nearby, trying to get some of that frost shield onto the towers, but it looks like they're going to be able to get some really good damage onto that tier 2, down below half HP. And not really anything used afterwards. It's D-ward. So, this 15-minute mark, next round of bounty runes coming up. It feels like Spectre's probably going to try and farm up using that blade mail and hitting ancients and all that good stuff. And the rest of the time, the Makoto and FBZ connection will just take tower after tower.
Yeah, I can see this game slowing down a bit. You know, Radiant's draft does just by nature kind of pressure towers if they want to, but they're not the best Roche-taking draft, so there isn't like this, hey, let's go objective to objective, take Roche, and then threaten high ground. They will be looking to take all these early towers and map control, but they're looking to do that to enable Spectre to farm up and become this late game threat. So both teams will be kind of gearing up for just hitting some more mid to late game timings here.
I really want Gabby to just queue up a Midas right now. That'd be the best.
I was just about to say how much I like this Void build. Why you gotta ruin it.
It's all in the eye of the beholder, Neil. It's the key. Invis, looking for the wraparound. Sneaky, sneaky. Find themselves one. Whitemon gonna get jumped on right at the start, and Dreamocell secures that kill. Arrow is not able to connect. As Gabby still nearby. They have Chrono available. Arena's already down. And going to be saved by the Oracle for the moment. Still going to be taking a lot of damage there, the Spectre. But the chase toward comes for Armel. Gabby jumps forward. Chrono going to land now onto 2. The Spectre just sidesteps over to the other angle, and Armel going to drop eventually. So TNC losing 3 heroes. Gabby trying to back away.
Yeah, this might be a Blink Dragon Tail, so
They might get him.
yep.
Stun, chase down Chain Frost though with the blade mail.
No, the gaze.
Oh my god, the damage! It's not enough though. They're able to back away with Makoto. He's still living for the moment. The chase though, and they managed to find the final touch. And the Mortimer's Kisses doing so much damage.
The fight just lasted too long.
Dreamocell, and they're screaming in pain as they bring down the Spectre.
They're not done yet, maybe. Gabby's got to be a little bit careful. The arrow coming in!
Oh no, Gabby! Oh, but the save! Oh, it's not enough.
Oh.
And everybody's respawning again.
Yeah.
Get away! Run! Hide! Get out of there! It looks like the Timber Cell's gonna go down as well. There is no savior.
Being chased.
Oh.
Oh, the cookie a little bit off.
What are we watching?
The fight
Wait,
lost.
no,
Whoa.
Hyde's back.
Hyde's dead too now. He's out of leap charges.
11 heroes died. As yeah, that's gonna be another
Yeah,
one.
we're gonna need a team fight recap on that one. I don't know if it's gonna be able to
There better be
account for.
skulls on everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, Mars.
No, Mars.
So
Mars did not
Snapfire
die.
died twice
Yes.
Yeah.
because Snapfire. It was the Snapfire and somebody else who died, respawned, and then came back and won them the fight. The Lich, yeah, the Lich Chain Frost.
Marana also died twice, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So 12 heroes that ended up dying in that fight.
Mars is the only one. who
Mars
reigns
didn't die at
supreme.
all, right?
Nah.
Okay, so 9 heroes died, 2 of them died twice.
Yeah.
Well, no, the Marana too. The Marana died twice.
Yeah.
And the Lich died twice. And the Snapfire died twice?
I think Lich only died once, or did Lich die a second time?
Oh, wait, we can see. Good call.
So I saw one Lich. I saw two. I see 2 Lich deaths.
All right.
Well, whatever the case, still less than a 1K net worth advantage
Yeah.
for TNC after all of that.
Who won that? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's honestly very even. No BKBs were spent. Equally large cooldowns were spent on both sides.
I would say some slightly TNC favored because, yeah, in the end it was like, you know, Viper getting some cleanup kills and ending up top net worth. Like, looking at where, like, the key heroes are net worth-wise after the fight.
You know who really won? The viewers.
Yeah.
That's a really one. This is the type of game that I was hoping, and we are very happy to see, I'm sure. Ooh, good TP out by Kez. Cute. Does he keep him alive? Is he living in the fountain? I think oh, wait, he didn't go to the fountain.
No,
What?
it's still fun.
Wow. What a player. The salve.
Double raindrop build.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Keeping the salve on the Oracle is so nice.
Oh yeah. Arguably the best shovel hero in the game, I would say.
It ends up being 800 health over the course of the False Promise when you double it. And you're always going to get the full duration as long as you hit it on them. Really, really good stuff.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
20-minute mark coming up now in just a moment, as we're going to take another little gander at these bounty runes. Looks like Boom should be able to find a couple of them over on this other side of the map. As they claim one more tower. FBZ top net worth right now for Boom.
And that Timber is indeed going to go for that Greaves to deal with the nuisance that is time dilation from Faceless Void.
Oh. Gonna pop ulti right there to farm up some Ancients as well. Okay.
Fairly passive play coming out once you start throwing Dragon Forms for farming, but I think the call for Boom is like, okay, that was a very chaotic fight that nobody really won. Let's make sure we win the next fight, which we want a Manta style. We want the BKB on Dragonite. Let's get our key items before we take the next big fight.
It's still been 25 kills in 20 minutes too,
Yeah.
so it's not like we're getting a super slow one. But yeah, Greaves already done. Wow. With the hood. He's super farmed.
And TNC themselves, they're going to have their next round of items before the fight. Looks like they're going BKBs on both Gabby and Armel, so double BKBs. They're going to be looking to make some plays themselves soon. I think the big challenge for TNC is just trying to make sure that the hero they go on actually dies playing against an Oracle, or that they can actually get on top of the Oracle to stop that False Promise save from happening. The way they lose fights is if they throw too many spells on some kind of frontline DK or Timbersaw who just gets False Promised.
Oh, and they get Dreamless. Oh, nice haunt. And Faceless Void farming on the other side.
He's not going to go for a Chrono.
No. So Mortimer's Kisses and Arena use. But I guess haunt as well.
Yes.
Meantime, Spectre just keeps farming, getting towards that Manta. Should have it in just a little bit here.
Neither team is particularly good at taking Roche either, so they're just dancing around these fights, and there's no other objectives that you can really force. You just need to find a fight before you can start taking towers.
Yeah, even like the DK Timbersaw, they're good at taking towers early game, but mid game they're not like. I mean, they do push, but they're not amazing pushers.
Sentry Ward down. They have Moonlight Shadow, but it looks like Boom aren't going to try and test their luck.
Yeah, I'd like to see TNC go for another move. I think when Arena's back, it's a much shorter cooldown than the Haunt. They can actually take a team fight, because the only way Spectre can show up is if she's there already. So I think utilizing the long Haunt cooldown could be in their interests.
That sounds pretty good.
Not sure how many smokes they have left, though. And yep, they've got one. That's
Okay.
the call. They've got all their ultimates. They're ready to go, and Spectre will not be able to haunt in. Makoto's just potentially going to get caught out here, but he's got the high ground.
He has Blink too.
Whoa.
Oh, turns for the stun.
With the BKB, arrow follow-up.
God, that's so much damage. He's just dead. Not the fight that they wanted to take on TNC.
Looking for a Chrono. The problem is here, now that they know that everyone's here, Spectre's just going to walk over because she doesn't have haunt, so TNC are going to be forced to fully get out.
Oh, and Whitemon. Oh, they missed the chains, but still the chase down coming from Hyde. Yule's Scepter lift up. Still have Chrono available if they want to use it, but the stun turn on to Gabby, taking down the rest of their team. Chain Frost doesn't bounce at anybody.
They're just getting outplayed here in this team fight. TNC just kind of getting picked apart one by one. Tim's will be the third casualty. At this point, they just need to make sure there's no more.
Oh my goodness. Boom. Making some really nice moves here.
Yeah, Makoto's positioning on the high ground there. Able to just... I mean, there's that insta-stun doesn't really exist, so he's always going to be able to get that BKB off, and then once they know where the Void is, they just make sure they don't group for a Chronosphere.
Right.
Yeah, it's so awkward for KP to initiate, because as soon as he arenas, then BKB is going to come out from Makoto and he'll just walk out of it.
Gabby chasing. I mean, Oracle's right there. Can't do anything.
And the problem is, Makoto, he can get that instant initiation off that can prevent BKB with a Blink Dragon Tail, which leads into an arrow. And that's when KP, I mean, he hasn't got a BKB, but even if he does have a BKB, he can just straight up die. So much harder for TNC to play these team fights, it feels like.
And elimination match, game number 1. And Boom, so far, looking pretty good. Still got to be wary. I mean, Void late game is just ridiculous. But some good stuff so far.
Wow, dagger on Oracle.
Wow, he can really position far back.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how you win fights easily as TNC now.
Are scanning.
They don't do well against these BKBs. Like, I feel like right now, Boom's BKBs are more impactful than TNC's.
Oh, they found the Viper. Oh my god, they destroyed him.
The old arena and walk out of your arena.
Tim's is just going to die too. Look at these guys. Unbelievable. Whitemon's going to die one by one by one.
Yeah, this DK Miranda just don't care about BKBs when they can just blink in and stun you instantly. And yeah, TNC's ability to take team fights is just really comes down to getting like a perfect chronosphere, which Boom had not given any openings for.
To me, this speaks to what you were talking about before too. That Viper is a bad hero. You know?
Ah, yes.
I do recall this conversation.
The age-old.
Like,
good Viper game, but terrible Viper hero conundrum.
like, you've got this chronosphere, and they just have no damage to throw into it. And, like, Viper is just offering nothing, it feels like. Not that, you know, it's necessarily the player or anything, it's just the hero.
Yeah, I'm fully in the camp where, you know, Viper's kind of unpickable, and even he's still not even favored to win games where it's the perfect Viper game and he counters 3 heroes. It's still he still feels like a liability. He counters 3 heroes with break.
But I still don't know about it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Can you imagine how Viper looks in a game where break isn't useful?
Yeah, it's really rough.
Maybe if they made break pierce BKB.
Ooh.
That would be way too good.
Well, and the thing too is like Viper's 25 ends up being really cool.
Dire's top tower
I think
is under
that
attack.
ability
With
is
the silence?
The silence is really hard to deal with,
Yeah.
but you have to get to 25, and even then, it's like, yeah, it's annoying, you know.
Yeah, everyone. I mean, 25 people have 4 staffs and BKBs too, though.
Right.
But yeah, it's
That 15 people have 4 staffs in BKBs.
Yeah.
Which just
true.
makes this Viper
Dire's
so...
top tower has
Yeah, he's a
fallen.
liability for sure. That's
Yep.
the best way to describe it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
6,000
attack.
gold lead at 27 minutes. Everything right now coming up. Boom. Who they
Yep.
finding?
We did see the Offlane Viper game in CIS where we were super skeptical. It did lose, but it looked okay in the end.
Right.
Like
I stopped listening when you said it did lose.
it did lose, yes. Yeah, no, I think there's still some problems here with the Viper theory.
A little bit. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, at that point, you might as well just pick it in a support role, just if you're playing it only
If
for the
support,
break.
yeah, if support Viper was viable, he'd be a great hero.
Yeah.
Because that's literally the only reason you're picking him is for the break. His
Right.
lane dominance, like, he did well in the mid lane versus DK, sure. But lots of mid laners do well versus DK.
And he didn't shut down the DK
Yeah.
either.
Viper's like the old Viper was the mid lane dominator. The Viper
Right.
nowadays
Yes.
doesn't actually crush mid 1v1 matchups.
For sure.
I miss that old Viper. You go like 4-4-0,
Yeah.
you know?
Face on keyboard and you'll probably win mid.
It's good.
Wow.
Look at this guy.
Really want to push.
He just still sticks around.
Radiant's bottom tower
That's
is
crazy.
under attack.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's like,
I don't think Chainfrost is winning them any fights, so
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
it's true. And like, the real problem is that this game doesn't get easier, I don't think, for TNC.
Yeah. they at no point have any solution to a 5-second BKB. It's not even the 10-second BKBs that are issues. It's just the presence of a BKB in general.
You almost have Scotty done on the Spectre on top of Blade Mail Manta. I missed that last one. Alright, FBZ comes back in, gonna take back
How
over this
dare you
outpost.
take back your own outpost?
I mean, yeah, they had a bunch of heroes. They just can't do anything about it. Jump forward, stun.
Nice arrow.
Oh, wow. This might be, I don't know.
The G's.
Potentially, we'll see.
Yep.
Whitemon's going to be chased down here. Well, he gets hit, he gets killed. Dreamless Cell double kill. And it does not appear that they're leaving.
Nor should they.
There's just no place they can make.
No.
They
God. Timbersaw kills off the Viper again. Armel, no opportunity for him to do
There are
anything.
4 heroes in the arena, and they're like, all right, sweet.
What are you going to do about it?
I feel like we're also going to be repeating ourselves, but again, it's a draft without a reliable initiation, a stun that just loses because they can't make any plays. In this case, you know, yeah, they've got two kind of initiations with Chrono and Mars Arena, but they're both big, long ulti cooldowns, and neither's like a instant stun kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, and that's, again, like, not that this was a huge part of it necessarily, but, like, I think that's why we've been seeing so many of the spirits, and that's why we've been seeing so many, all these other things.
Tiny,
Right.
Clockwork.
Clock, Rubik.
There's a reason these heroes
It's
are
just
getting banned out.
Even like some of like the Sand King type things have looked good at times.
Yeah, I like Sand King. I think that hero's better than it's getting picked. Oh my god.
He's dying to the illusions.
That's not good.
Dreamsell's got a minute and a half left on the Aegis. He doesn't even care.
Most of his team wasn't even really with him, but they're chasing now.
Oh.
Arrow. And they move on in. Broken, so no
I mean,
dispersion.
she wants to die. She wants mana back.
Get in there. Oh, White on real low. Break looking okay there. But, well, FBZ comes in the clutch and takes down the Lich. And that's about the end of it. Yeah, game is very hard for poor old TNC.
All right, so let me go back to the draft. What was the pick order for TNC? Snapfire and
Mirana
Void. Snapfire Void was first phase, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Those are two fine heroes. Then second phase, Boom picked up the Timbersaw as their third pick, I believe.
Yes.
Oh no,
it
they
was
first phase
phase.
Timbersaw.
First phase Timber, yeah.
First phase
Mirana
Timber. Yeah, Mirana Timber, and then their third pick was the Oracle.
Yep.
And then
Then Spectre.
Spectre, and
it was
then
Lich Viper.
oh yeah, Lich. Stupid Lich.
Yeah, I don't think Lich was a good pick. Definitely don't think Viper was a good pick.
I'm trying to figure out like what the thought process was behind it. Like, I think Viper because there's so many things we can break.
Sure, I can excuse it.
Lich to me is like, okay, they're going to be pressuring our towers early with Timbersaw. We got Frost Shield, kind of, but we also need some damage. But I don't know.
He did max out Frost Shield.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to hate too much on the Lich pick because I feel like you just pick Lich for the same reason you pick Undying. It's like you're going to give your carry a good lane.
Right.
But Undying's useful after 15 minutes.
Well, Undying is also a potential liability versus the Timbersaw.
I don't know if
is
I'd
maybe
say
how they
he's
see it.
useful after 15 minutes either. Undying.
He's definitely useful after 15 minutes.
He's better. His Flesh Golem's better, but I don't know.
Flesh Golem's better. Tombstone's far better. And Soul Rip heals. Any hero that can heal is always useful after 15 minutes.
And Boom picked two cores that aren't like super heavy physical damage, so this Frost Shield has not been particularly useful against DK Spectre. If they went into like a super heavy physical damage core, then you're maybe looking at this Frost Shield as being a bit more impactful.
Which I do believe Undying was Undying Grimstroke first phase banned by Boom.
Oh man, it's carrying the repair kit. Yes.
78.
8.5 with max reactive armor stacks.
Love to see it. It's got the CDR and the Spell Amp talent.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
MKB is going to be the pickup here, and I don't know. At least that's going to be some more damage. That's the other thing is like Void himself doesn't actually have that much damage on Gabby.
Oh man, and Tim's isn't even going for an Aghanim Scepter, he's going for a Vessel, so instant initiation won't even come from him.
Hide. Spots out. Snap
Doink.
fire. And
Doink.
follow-up stun. And you're done.
At least we weren't a what?
I don't know.
A bed?
Abed.
At least we weren't Abed.
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
That's what it sounded like.
A little bit of flame going
I would
on
like to
there.
be Abed in that situation.
A little bit. Found him. TP out. Can't get it. Oh, he's going Hex next on Timber. That's pretty cool. But yeah, TNC, defend high ground. Hopefully you can get into, like, I guess, like a Rapier or something for Void, and that's how you win this game, maybe?
Yeah, they're kind of just in hope for the best. Let's sit back, go for maybe some Hail Mary smokes, or just wait for them to come high ground and hope for mistakes.
Radiant are scanning.
They need them grouped up for Chronosphere into Mortimer's Kisses with Nether Toxin on them.
While they haven't activated BKB.
Correct.
Because if
yes.
that BKB is activated, all of that's off the table other than Chrono and right clicks.
And the Boom frontline heroes are just so goddamn tanky. Like, you smoke into them and suddenly you find a Timber DK and you're like, do I Chrono these guys? Like, can we kill them? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's why
Spectre? Like,
it's why you
DK?
need those,
Oh, it clipped our Mel, but I don't think it gave vision.
like, if you hit a Chrono on the 3 Boom cores, like, which ones actually die, even if they don't have BKB up?
No.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Map hacks. Map hacks. BKB?
No TP. I do. It clears the creep wave. Nice. Maximum efficiency.
That's what
Minus
you
the
do.
range creep.
Minus the range creep. He could have probably
80% efficiency.
could have squeezed in one more right click.
Yeah.
I think that was his like 10-second BKB, 9-second BKB.
Something like that. It's a good use for it, though.
That was a 9-second BKB. Wow, KP.
All right. So Dragonite is very big and ready to jump on people. FBZ grouping up with the rest of his team. I guess you could just wait for the next Roche.
Yeah. I don't think they have
overplay.
to, but why not?
Yeah. Seems like the safe way to go.
35-minute bounties.
Oh, and I guess that they have in 2 minutes the next tier of neutral items too.
Yeah, it feels like Boom are just, they've got the whole map that they're farming, all their cores are progressing, their AC coming soon, whereas TNC are just getting little scraps here and there, so no rush to break high ground. Mentioned Roshan, bounties, neutral items, all these things coming up soon, or have just come up, so.
Mid lane, they're kind of grouping up like they want
Yeah.
to do something,
Can
but
catch. It feels like they're going to have to Chrono and use all their ultimates, and that's to kill one hero. And then it's like,
that's
okay,
that's if Oracle's not there.
yes. That too. And then it's like, even let's say if Oracle's not there and you kill that DK or Timbersaw, what next? Like, do you get an objective out of it? Do you get a Roshan out of it? Like, your lineup doesn't take Rosh. It doesn't push towers. And also, I'm pretty I feel like Boom could fight you 4 versus 5 when your ultimates are down. So, yeah, it just feels really tricky for TNC with how far behind they are.
And I always think about this, like, normally Timbersaw's like, okay, we can wait and he's going to fall off. They got a freaking Spectre, they have a really farm DK, and this Timber's crazy big. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually is going to fall off. I don't think it is.
Does not feel like it.
Smoke up is 5.
Too late.
No.
Do they turn around or... That's the awkward moment. We're smoked. Now what do we do?
Do we lose now or do we lose in 10 minutes?
I guess fight around this ward is kind of a cool idea. This feels like a last hurrah to me.
Yeah, it's a somewhat desperate idea, but it's one that may be one of their best bets. You got to do something a little bit out there to catch it by surprise. They're just charging at the Spectre. They see Spectre top, they're charging at him, but the smoke was
Oh, and Mirana
unpopped.
saw, I think.
I'm not sure if she actually
I don't
saw.
think she
Yeah, I don't think
saw.
so.
It popped Tim's thing.
Oh,
Oh.
No.
Oh.
The Oz ping coming into play.
God. Yeah, the Australian thing. That's right. Oh, chase down now. Dreamless Cell's moving in after him.
This fight looks very discombobulated for TNC,
Oh my God.
which
it's
is
so
a recipe for disaster.
damage. Yeah, everything's falling apart. This is feeling incredibly difficult. Narmel's gonna die in his BKB.
So is Gabby.
Oh, that comes through. 4 are dead. 1
GG.
more to fall, and that should just be it. Unreal. All right, run away. Get out of there. Oracle's chasing him.
They've got buybacks, they've got Chronos, so they might not call it, but I think we know it, the viewers know it.
Mars knows it.
Yeah. This one's over.
8,000. God.
Is the potential dieback. The cookie was not enough to dodge the arrow, and the Viper
Void buys
goes
back.
down.
He could chrono 4 heroes.
And there we go.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
You set that up perfectly.
Just stop it. Stop time, please.
Wow, I was not expecting it to be so dramatically one-sided, but I also did not read the draft to be that dramatically one-sided, but as the game played out, I gotta say, Boom knew exactly what they were getting themselves into. What an excellent selection of heroes. First phase Timbersaw yet again goes unimpeded.
It's a scary hero.
Yeah, I mean, I think there just became too many heroes they had to address too. Like there's this tanky DK in the mid lane that was just roaming around making all kinds of plays happen, and TNC just felt like they fell into the Viper trap. You pick this hero for the break, but they needed something more impactful out of their mid lane, or something that's, you know, a more Armel-like hero. Like they needed that more explosive mid laner.
Well, we are going to jump to a quick break, but when we return, some more post-game analysis here at the Monster Energy Dota Summit 13.
These feelings are waiting for you to come back.